Across the Atlantic, their voices can be heard. They have not forgotten. The sons and daughters of the dispersed have been watching the motherland, and now they see Ibrahim Traore and the Africa they dream of. Brave, unbought, and unafraid. In this video, we shall hear what the African Americans, the Black Americans, think about Africa's Captain Ibrahim Traore.
So I say to all of you in this room and all who are watching by television, we need to pray for our brother and his family and warn America, leave that brother alone.
There's something about this dude that just makes me want to support him and root for him. He's different. He's benevolent, but in the inside I can see that fierceness that'll come out at any time if he has to bring it out. And what I like about this dude is he stands out. When he's standing with the other leaders, he's not submissive. He's not docile. He's one, if not higher. And I like this fucking dude. And I've been on a binge just watching a lot of his interviews, watching how structured and calculated and stoic he is when he talks. And it brings inspiration to me because the people have been propagandizing his country and trying to come in there and trying to take him out. But he's been so influential that he's been influencing people like Russia, influencing people like Korea, even China. People all across the world have been giving this man support.
Who is he? You know, because he's sparking a revolution throughout Africa. Senegal just booted out the French. You know, Ghana is standing up. South Africa already stood up years ago. And now he comes well-spoken, young, military, strong, fearless, starting a revolution in Africa. Tell me who he is to you. Tell me what he is to you.
This here is Ibrahim Traoré. He is the leader of Burkina Faso in Africa. And right now, there has been a threat made against him to arrest him and eliminate him, and that is coming from the clan leader of the United States of America. They want to put African lands under control of somebody who would be sympathetic to what the United States wants.
The bottom line is the French and America are being pushed out of these people's resources, which is only fair. The audacity of the West to think that they should have some rights to anything this president has in his country is crazy. Because if anyone were to come to America and stake claim over our resources, we would lose our shit.
As an African-American woman, I am so proud of President Traoré and so happy for the people of Burkina Faso. I want to state for the record that African Americans have nothing to do with any assassination attempts, any destabilization of the country, or any criticism of President Traoré. I don't know any American, and I don't know every American, but I don't know any American that even knows who General Michael Langley is. I actually just found out who he was 2 days ago. But when you see black people being put in a position like that, and then turn on their heels to criticize another leader in another country, that is by design. And they do not speak for us. They are ruining the reputation of African Americans globally, making people think that we feel this way. We have our own problems in America.
Captain Traore? Yeah, Captain Ibrahim Traore. Yes, this car. I'm calling stateside, man. Listen, I know we ain't got long. People might be listening to you, the phone call and everything. They might be trying to hunt me down when I say this. But we fully support you and what you're doing over there in Burkina Faso and what you're doing on the continent of Africa. Trying to bring the brothers together and goddamn get rid of all them colonizers over there. I'm down with that. You know, we dealing with some shit over here.
Because in short, he's saying, we don't need you. You need us. And the West is not liking that. And he's starting to become a real problem because other African countries are starting to wake up and say, hold on a minute. We need to start following in his footsteps to ensure all of this is disrupting the West and them leeching onto Africa's wealth and whatnot. So what did they do? Like I said, send in the guy who looks like us to do the job. So yeah, man, God needs to protect this guy because they're coming for him and they're not gonna stop.
My family begged me to step down. They feared that I'd be unalive like Thomas Sankara. But I told them, even if I was unalive, it'd be for the good of the people of Burkina Faso. Do y'all hear me? This is what you call a leader, a man, somebody who put his life on the line every second of the day, not knowing when they're going to have another coup attempt on his life, man. Real talk. If every man that looked like him and me stood up and had the same kind of heart and energy, it's nothing that the colonizers could do to us.
I'm gonna say this: if you're a black person and you got social media and you got a phone and you believe in the freedom of African people and Africa, you need to start posting on what's going on in Burkina Faso, what's going on in Mali, what's going on in Niger, what's going on in Senegal. We need to start posting.
He seems to be doing a lot of good things for his country. Can you tell me anything that he has done lately?
Under President Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso has been making some notable strides. One of the big projects is the construction of the Ouagadougou-Donson Airport, which is set to open in 2025 and aims to handle around 1 million passengers a year. He's also focused on boosting the country's economic independence by inaugurating a state-of-the-art gold mine and stopping the export of unrefined gold to Europe, which helps keep more value within the country. Overall, his administration seems to be pushing for greater infrastructure development and economic self-sufficiency.
Why does the U.S. feel the need to intrude on his gold?
A lot of it comes down to strategic interests and resource control. Gold is a valuable resource and a key component of global financial systems. When a country like Burkina Faso takes steps to control its own resources and reduce reliance on Western markets, it can shift the economic and geopolitical balance. The US and other major powers often want to maintain influence over resource-rich regions to secure their own economic interests and ensure access to critical materials.
Is it true most of France's financial wealth right now is still built on
$500 billion a year?
Wow.
From Africa?
From Africa.
Wow.
500. That's a lot of money.
And is it true that the deals are such that an African nation that has this deal with France cannot do business around the world with their natural resources without the first right of refusal with France?
First right of refusal is in
and they can still
hand.
tell them no.
Mm-hmm. They can still tell them no.
So if they've dug gold, coffee, cocoa, whatever, they go to France like, hey, you guys want this? And they say, nah. And they say, okay, we're going to sell it over here. France can still say, nah, you can't do that.
So insane.
And all those nations still run on the French franc, which is also hilarious because even France has
goes
the
on
euro.
the euro.
Exactly.
So wait, they buy money from France with their own natural resources.
And if they don't
that's
comply,
not even worth anything in France.
Yep, and if they don't comply, the faucet's turned off immediately.
The president of Burkina Faso says the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade can come to Burkina Faso and get citizenship. That's it. That's what you need to do to get citizenship there. That's the process. You go there and you apply for citizenship. It's that simple. Don't let any organization tell you that you gotta pay their fucking fees, you gotta sign up, be a member, do whatever. Burkina Faso doesn't want you to sign up. They don't care if you sign up for some fucking American.org. You go there and get citizenship.